I wanted to share something with you a little bit about my own experience of going for my lesson on Thursday with David. It's always quite an exacting experience, as I know you know, but it's very humbling because, of course, you know, he strips away so much and gets right to it these days. And the message I want you to think of this morning as we do this vocal warm-up, and this will be the last one of, you know, before Christmas, is he said something really important to me, and I want to share it with you. And that is, no matter how complicated you feel all this technique, the vocal journey is, it will absolutely condense into usually maybe 3 or 4 things that you have to think about. There will be just those small few things that you routinely make the mistake of doing in your vocal technique. And all that needs to happen is you just need to focus on those things. You know, it got pretty, I think he could see that I was feeling a bit kind of, I don't know, overwhelmed by all the comments. I mean, I don't know if I actually sang. We did sing through a song at the end, but a lot of the work was stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And he could see I was a bit overwhelmed. And he said, look, this isn't that there's millions of things. It's 2 or 3 things that you're doing routinely that you need to focus on to get to the next bit. See what I mean? So that's what I want to share with you. Focus on maybe 3 things for you this morning. What might they be? You know your foibles. You know the things that keep coming up. And maybe just when you get to this warm-up that you might reuse over the Christmas period, you focus on those 3 things. Okay, that's it. You don't listen to the sound you're making. This is a big mistake of mine when I'm actually in the studio. You don't listen to the sound you're making. You are feeling the sensations it gives you. You're responding to how it feels rather than, guess what, how it sounds. Easier to say, I know, but, you know, at least this will be recorded, and as we go through the warm-up, you'll be able to go back, check, and really think. Okay, so here we go. Let's start right from the top and do a nice thorough warm-up straight through. Okay, and we'll pause every now and again and we'll go over the comments. All right, I see them coming in as I'm doing the exercises usually. So you must always think about your posture. Okay, this is something that I have had drummed into me, and you must too. Your posture will always be important. You know, warming up in the car is okay, but goodness me, is that really the ideal posture for doing your vocal warm-up in a kind of nice concentrated way? So if when you get to the point where you think, right, okay, I've got half an hour and I'm going to do a proper warm-up, I'm going to follow the video, get yourself properly situated. It's really that alignment feeling that you're going for. Just check. I mean, you do this in meditation, right? And meditation is something I think is really intrinsically important to this. I really do. The more I've done it, the more I realize, why haven't I done it? You've got to get right inside and just check through now where you think your stress points are. Habitually, where do you hold your stress? Okay, and I've told you before, I tend to hold it in the top part of my shoulders and my neck. That's usually where it goes to. That's where my anxiety goes to. So you can do shoulder rolls, okay, but they have to be purposeful, and you have to be thinking about relaxing that tension. So go back the other way as well. Don't just do the same, okay? And then you can do like 1 of each. The idea being you're just trying to free yourself. Same for your neck, if the neck is the thing. Okay, but just go through your body now and just check. My other dangerous area is my pelvis, because I tend to stick it out rather than tuck it under. And that's why sitting down suits me, Sue, because of course to sit down I can't really sit with my bottom sticking out quite so much. So, okay, so thumbs up if you have sorted your posture issue. I think it's really fundamental that that's where you start. And if you have sorted your posture issue, now this is the time, lots of thumbs up, excellent. So this is the time now where you can start the breathing thing, start to get in touch with you know, really still in this kind of meditative state. You know, you're thinking about the music you're going to look at. You're thinking about the next 25 minutes, how you're hoping it's going to hold up. But you're also checking in with your body. And now you start to think about that breathing apparatus you have that's on automatic pilot all the time. Do we pay enough attention to it? No. But there is mindful practice in meditation about the breathing. Mindful meditation about your reaction to things and how you breathe in when you react. Okay, so that's something I've been working on because, you know, stressful situations or, you know, less than ideal life situations, you need to have a way of coping with those things. Okay, so just concentrate on your breathing now, allowing the air to come and go. But as you're doing this, you're transitioning from the human being into the human being singer. You're starting to think about, okay, where is it all happening? And then I would suggest you kind of voluntarily start doing the breathing exercise. And we'll just spend a minute just doing that. So I'm going to leave you to get going with the breathing exercise as soon as you like. I will do one. You can either come with me or do your own thing. And in just a moment, we'll stop, okay? All right, so just remember, Sophie, that nice open throat as you let the air in. Okay, I'm going to do a breathing exercise now. Okay, you carry on while I talk. I still have this little irritating, sometimes cough that the air irritates. So that exercise, be careful. If you're still in that kind of if you're still convalescing and you've still got that tickly cough, you have to be careful that you don't push too much air out because that will, of course, make you cough. So I was really controlling it there and concentrating on my lower abdomen here, trying to keep this bit nice and squidgy and soft, unfortunately, which it is. And underneath, I'm trying to make my muscles do the actual, imagine you've got a big balloon, right? And the top is where the air is coming out. And obviously when you allow the air out of the balloon initially, there's enough pressure from the inside of the balloon for the air to come out quite easily. But of course, as you get less and less air in the balloon, you've got to start really applying this kind of idea of pressure from underneath, which is where you start making the body work. Okay, and this might be the first time that you actually think of the body beginning to support what you're doing. All right, so let's assume now that you have got through your breathing exercise, and if you've got that tickly cough, always make sure you've got a drink of water to hand. I don't actually, but never mind. It was a bit hectic just before I did this live session. So you've done your breathing, you're feeling happy and ready. Okay, now we're going to do, you can choose, but I actually prefer to do Liptrills early rather than later because it gets my adrenaline going. And I think sometimes that's an issue. So let's start with just a lip trill. Now you can start very simply just by doing a few just to kind of examine how you're getting the lip trills started. Okay, because it's that involuntary, well, no, it's not involuntary, but it's actually how the body comes together, or everything comes together to create the physical momentum to make a, and this is where people make the mistake. They think it's all about forcing the air out, and it really isn't. It's about collecting all that information, physical information, and so when you've done a few, and you think, yep, okay, I'm not pushing too much air out, I'm ready, this is where we're going to start. And we're going to do a sequence, just up and down a fifth. Okay, so we do a sequence. What are you concentrating on here? If you've got beyond the lip trill thing, and you're now going to be concentrating on the sequence, the rhythm, and by the rhythm I mean your body rhythm for the exercise. So you're thinking about the ebb and flow of the breath, and so you're making yourself a receptacle for the air going in, engaging, doing the exercise, and over and over and over. So here we go, your chance. We'll do a few and then we'll start doing the octave ones, okay? Okay, when you're ready, hold air out, allowing the air in now, not too much, and one more. Okay, now that is long enough for you to work out whether you are physically engaging okay. If you are, then you can go back down. And this time we're going to do octave jumps. Okay, octave jumps, which should be kind of issues that you're going to have to be thinking of this time is, if the body's working, am I getting out of the way here? Just focusing on the point where the voice starts to work. Okay, I'm just going to put the overhead light on because suddenly it's gone a bit dark. Hold on. Oh yes, a little bit better. All right, so are you ready? This is more a question of, there's more trust involved now. Here we go. Ready? Hold air out. And oh, and the next one. Careful here. Oh dear, I can't do anymore because this is vibrating so much. How did you get on? We went up to a top B there. This equates to your larynx. The idea that you're promoting and aiding that tilting. It helps me. I don't know if it helps you, but I find the physical thing in front of me, imagining that, I feel my whole body kind of coming to support me. Now let's have a look at some of these comments. Yes, now did you see at the beginning of the octave stretch, my first one failed, and that's because I did not prepare enough and my body just wasn't in sync. So I just went on and did the next one, but set it up properly. And I do like this comment, Sue, about interesting. I think I've always taken in too much air. Much better with less air. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know? Yeah, that's great, because it means that you're much more aligned, everything is working well, and you're not blasting we're there. Now you can, if you wanted to, and we'll just do a couple to show you, this is where you can extend the exercise from the fifth. So this is now employing different things. A little bit of psychology here, because you're starting halfway up. And what you're looking for this time, if you're looking in a mirror, in your perfect setup, but not in the car mirror, is you're looking for absolutely no shifting at all. Nice and easy. Okay, should we try a few of those? All right, so we're now we're in B flat major, so we've just gone up a semitone from where we were starting before. Here's your starting note, and it goes down to the tonic, back up to the fifth, up to the octave, and back down to the tonic. Okay, let's do a few in sequence. Are you ready? So rather than thinking old air out, new air in, you're seasoned enough to think now, maybe just okay, let's stop there. Mine failed, and I knew it was going to because I was concentrating on too many things here. How did you find that? More tricky? Yeah, I found that as I went down, I could easily lose it on the top. And that's interesting. Let's just try a few, just one or two all together, and see if you have the same problems. Starting about there, without the piano, think on a level like this with me. I don't know, let's see if we can find the answer here. Are you ready with me? And try the next one. And try another one. And one more. Yes, that's better. Okay, let's see your comments. Sue said, actually, much better. How strange. Well, we're all individuals. That's the beauty of this thing. Yes, more interruptions in the longer exercises ties up one of my 3 issues. This is fantastic. You're all self-scrutinizing and getting to know that it's just you. It's just your particular, how you are as a human being. Lynn says, I just realized on clenching my teeth. Better and easier. Now I've relaxed my jaw. Okay. Yes, that was a really good comment. Okay, great observation. All right, so now we're assuming that you've done your lip trills and you're feeling a bit more kind of physical. All right, let's try. We're going to do some vowels, okay? No, I think what we'll do, just a little bit of additional flavor. Let's do some vowels with consonants because they seem to be a bit of an issue. And we're going to just kind of do a few random ones to this exercise. Li, 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 la, 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 la. I can feel that little tickly rasp in my throat as I sing this morning. Okay, so issues to think about. Yes, you're going to be thinking about that tongue and what it's doing to make these consonants, because of course the tongue is largely responsible for shaping vowels and actually formation of consonants, where we place where we place our tongue, how we use it. Literally, it's like having different brushes as an artist for different effects. So yeah, you can do this on your own. You can choose your own consonants. You can highlight and just concentrate on one that gives you a few problems. But here we go. You're going to be thinking about your jaw, because of course, you don't forget, your jaw and your tongue are inextricably linked. They should be able to work independently, not interdependently. So no constriction. Are you ready? Let's do a little sequence of this and then we'll have some feedback and see how you feel. All right, so just center yourself. Okay, we're going to start with L, and before we do, just question, where am I putting, this is you, where am I putting the tip of my tongue? Where am I putting the tip of my tongue, excuse me, to make the okay? Because we're trying to get the root of the tongue back here, down here, as relaxed to give a nice open throat. Okay, here we go. Ready? Here we go. And li 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 la 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 lu. Li 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 la 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 lu. Li 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 la 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 lu. Li 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 la 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 la. One more. Okay, now give me some feedback, because it's a great little exercise. Of course, you're going to choose different consonants to perhaps highlight specific areas of your tongue, like g, 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 doing that exercise, which we could try in a minute, or k, as opposed to t, l, n. I think actually n and l are almost the same. The tongue goes to a specific spot. The aim always, ladies, this morning, and gentlemen, when you catch up, is you want this to feel really relaxed. You want this to feel like you're not doing anything. Your tongue is doing the work and your body is supporting you. So let's have some feedback. Any feedback to give me? Anything you noticed? If not, then I shall go on to another exercise where we can use a different consonant if you like. Okay, no comments at the moment. All right, so let's go on. Let's go back down here. Now, you can employ this principle of exploring your consonants, which perhaps we don't do enough of or haven't done enough yet. Okay, all right, so now we're going to do let me just think about this a moment. B, 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 B. Yes, we never do b, using the lips. B, 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 B. All right, so b. Now the lips. It's tricky, but we do have to use our lips to enunciate words. But how do they come together? I'm learning from David, as he's so wonderfully always gives me the example. It's really important to be really in control of what your lips are doing all the time. Not that we want them to be overly used, but certainly you have to know the difference between bringing them together in a non-tense state. So not just purse your lips a bit. Now do the same thing, but without the tension. Okay, in singing, we don't need the tension. Here, let's try this exercise, and you can do it with a b. Just go ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba. So you can feel that there is a percussive element to it. Ba ba ba, but the lips should be nice and relaxed, not ba. Okay, same with m actually, but we're doing ba. Ready? So you can choose any consonants you like when you're on your own at this point. Here we go. Ready? Got everything set up, thinking about your posture and thinking about the things that you are absolutely thinking about, your three or four things. Here we go. Ready? So ba, b, 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 ba. Here we go. And b, 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 ba, 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 b. B, 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 ba, 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 for you. Because often what we get unstuck by in songs, not so much the vowel work, but the consonants, the part they have to play, because very often they are responsible for major sort of drop-offs, really, because I was doing it on Thursday, and so yeah, they are like I call them, like, thinking of them as the pegs, the things that hold the things together. David calls them like hooks, the hooks that bind that to this, and then you have the nice kind of joined up bit in the middle. So it's important that you work out your personal idiosyncrasies about your consonants, which ones don't work for you. Like Sophie, in your fess up, I think it was quite an issue with the sequence of words in the song at that particular point. That dream. I mean, everybody just say those words. That dream, okay? That dream. Just words like that, a little kind of cluster of consonants, which can really trip you up. And you will be aware that as you go higher, the voice seems to go to a different place and starts to vibrate differently. Sometimes that instills fear, and then you start to push more because you think you're not doing it right. No, you just trust those inner workings, because the voice is pinging out there, but we are receiving it. We are just the receptor and the amplifier. We just keep doing the thing. We don't try pushing and manipulating. Okay. All right. So now, having done your lip trills, got some consonants going, let's now just look at. We're not going to do sirening today, because I think for most people the sirening is a particular thing that works really well when you're in a particular place with your warm up on your own. But suffice to say that when you do your sirening, it's all about the relaxation of the jaw and the position of the tongue, and you can really see how it relates to just focusing on the body, not what you hear. So let's assume all that's done. You can always stop this recording and do a few sirens if you want to, but now we've got going, we've done our lip trills, we're getting into the consonants. Let's now do something with just the vowels. Now, thinking about relaxing the jaw, not overworking it, we're going to do Did you get that? So this is extending. It's an exercise where you've got the scale. So it encapsulates lots of different factors. Okay, so get used to it. Let's just do a few so you can find out if you've got some tricky bits there that you need to work out. Basically, the harmony underneath you is la da 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 da. So da 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 da. That is the dominant seventh. Okay, and lots of people struggle with the arpeggio in that way. Let's just try a few. So it's the usual sequence of vowels. It's quite big. But again, you're thinking balance. You're not thinking, let's whoosh the sound to the top. Over the top. Okay? So this is implying lots of the things. Think about the things you're particularly concentrating on for this warm-up. The physical sensation. Get to know the tune. Don't worry. Okay, here we go. Ready? And... Let the air in. One more for the moment. Okay, give me some feedback if you need any help with that, or if you're noticing particular problems for you. tell me what they are. Keep it brief. Just tell me what you're worried about. Could be I haven't got the tune yet. Could be I'm worrying about getting up and over the top. Anything. Could be no, I'm cool, I'm fine. Give me some feedback. Because what we're going to do next is we're just going to do a whole sequence, starting low and keeping going on right up into the top part of your range, so that you are aware of what's going on in the body, thinking about this, keeping nice and relaxed, trusting that you're supporting and not worrying about actually where you're going. Don't tighten your jaw as you come back down. Really make an absolute concerted effort to be almost gormless, big gaga coming down. Okay, keep the body on, but completely doesn't matter what you're singing here. Just keep it nice and relaxed like that. Get in the habit of not grouping, because what that might be to do with is constriction, holding back the air, thinking you might run out. Don't know. Need to work that out, and that's why one-to-one sessions are so good, because you're a real person, an individual. Okay, so if you've got all that straight in your heads, everybody, you know what you're doing and what you're at, because we're going to start that sequence and keep going until we finish. All right, here we go. Starting down here, got your thoughts, what you're trying to achieve. For me, I'm really largely because of this thing I have, I'm largely just putting my thoughts to how I'm allowing that tilt to happen up and around the top of the exercise, and conversely coming back down. Okay, you've got your thoughts for what you're trying to do, because here we go. Okay, hold air out, maybe thinking about the breath going in. Here we go. Yeah. Posture. Allow the air in, tuck in. How did you get on? I just started to feel a bit of a pull because I wasn't really concentrating hard enough. That's up to top B flat. Not too bad at all. Now give me some feedback as to how that felt, how that went for you, and we'll just briefly discuss it. If you're doing a warm-up on your own, and this is one of the exercises that you think, oh yeah, I really got, this is the end of my warm-up, don't forget that you can warm down by going back to something like Liptrills, you know, and then perhaps doing some sirening and just kind of feeling that, and it's actually sort of signing yourself off and thinking, yeah, I understand what I'm not doing right, and what I want to do next time is this. And so you could have like a little collection of words that are your triggers for your warm-ups. Let's just do some arpeggios just to finish. We had half an arpeggio with that exercise. Okay, let's just do one for fun that you can try. Okay, I'm just going to work it out first of all. Hang on a sec. This is quite a nice warm down because it doesn't take you over the same distance, but you have to be really fluid at going up and down. Okay, you can do that to a lip trill. And actually I can feel that in order to make that a success, I really have to concentrate on just maintaining my feeling of support or engaging my voice, of leaning into it. All right, so we just try a few. Okay, we just try a few. You can do this one. Can you do this? You could start doing some staccato at the end if you wanted to. It's a bit of variation. If you want to do that, staccato is you don't peck the notes. You have new onset on each one of those notes. So have some fun, okay? Do it your way. Concentrate on your 3 things, and then we'll just do a little sequence of this. Okay, here we go. Ready? Posture, relaxed, happy. Here we go. And okay, I don't know where we were. About the same area, about the top B flat. How did you get on? That should be fun as long as you're supporting it. Okay. All right. So we've gone through quite a wide sort of warm up with a few new things. That last exercise, I was thinking whilst I was singing it, you could even do incorporate consonants. Li 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 la 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 la, or ki 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 ka 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 ka. Another one. Let's do that one again because that actually felt really good. So this is ka. All right, here we go. And ki 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 ka 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 ka. Smooth and short. Ki 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 ka 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 ka. Okay, so you can feel the consonant is making the ki 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 harder to keep that nice smooth feel. Ki 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 as opposed to ki 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 ki. All right, so some new things to think about, new tools in your box. All right, so I think we're going to stop there because this is the last one before Christmas. Plenty to look at and listen to and think about for the next time. Over and out. Have a lovely weekend. And when Christmas comes, enjoy the time with your family. Okay, lots of love to you all. Thank you for this morning and great singing, everybody. Fantastic.